Yep, both UNC and NC State are here.
The UNC team here off to an early start. They just placed in the 5-0 event here earlier, and coming off some confidence with that for sure. A swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Little nerves starting out. Got a little excited, saw the high ball, and probably was already mined on to the next point. So yeah. The wind is a little bit of a factor here as well, causing the miss and the long serve there, so something to be mindful of.
Connor, you've been playing in this wind all week. Can you talk about kind of how hard it is to play with the wind on both sides?
Yeah, it's tricky. It's been a little swirly, but as a typical rule of thumb, when you have the wind behind you, you're going to be a little faster in the hands battles, but it's a little tougher to drop because that ball is going to sail into their strike zone, and vice versa, a little easier to drop against the wind, but you're not winning as many hands battles. So you got to be really sure of that and change your strategy a little bit. Nice reach into the kitchen by UNC there. They're doing a really good job when they're up at the kitchen controlling that point.
4-0-1.
Sarah with a nice setup there, and Caitlin finishing it off with the overhead.
6-0-1.
And I think if I'm NC State here, what I'm trying to think is not giving them that passage up to the kitchen line. Right now, UNC is getting multiple opportunities to make a good drop, and there isn't that pressure at that kitchen line. So we'll see after a missed third shot if NC State can, or NCSU can take it back. Nice smash by Lauren there.
Great hands on the UNC side.
I like that reach in though. She got what she wanted. Vivian set it up with a nice backhand out of the air attack and just a little bit off on that forehand put away. And that is them getting on the board. So that could be the start of something here.
Got some big fans in the house.
And that's really what you can kind of see as the difference maker is when UNC is hitting those balls up at the kitchen line like Caitlin hit there. She's putting spin on it and really pushing NC State back. And I'd like to see NC State start to do a little bit more of that. Great out wide drop there.
8-1-1.
NC State is also playing straight up with both players starting on the opposite side and now staying. So we will see if they adjust that as well.
Don't see a lot of non-stacking anymore, especially at the higher level of pickleball.
Yeah, I think that's a great point. You start to see some half stack in the men's doubles right now, and I think Catherine and Anna Lee
Great drop in the kitchen there.
will play some straight up, but a lot of the teams have sides that each player is comfortable with. And here we go. We are back to a half stack, so they are just stacking when they're serving is what that means. Nice crash off her own drive. Vivian with a great backhand put away.
2-9-1. Second serve. 2-9-2. Side out.
Let's see if UNC can finish off this game here.
Second serve.
A few more unforced errors on the UNC side as the game goes late here. We'll see if that has any effect on if NC State can mount a comeback.
Good defense. Ball back on the NC State side. Let's see if they can get some more points on the board here.
Second serve.
UNC being really defensive.
UN
Definitely aggressive players.
Yeah, UNC did a great job of holding that kitchen line, not letting NC State come in for free and punishing them when they left it a little high for sure.
Side out.
A little bit rushed to the kitchen there. I'd like to see a little bit more patience because they do have good drops and working their way in to get to that kitchen first.
Point. Game point.
We're at game point here for UNC.
10-1. Second serve. Game point. 10-2. Left foot. Left foot.
Both refs calling the foot fault there. Being very diligent.
You don't see that often, so it must have been pretty far in the kitchen. Wow, that was a very in control backhand out of the air placed winner.
Something that you're a little bit familiar with is the in-the-air backhand.
Yes, the 2E backhand out of the air is very good, especially if you're going cross court with that. She was able to get some nice dip there and hit a great 2E.
North Carolina.
All right, UNC takes game one.
From the world's most iconic tennis arenas to the glint of an Olympic gold medal, a new court beckons, a new challenge arises. Jack Sock has conquered tennis. Now, pickleball's next. Mastery, precision, passion, that's what champions are made of. And when it comes to pickleball, there's only one company they turn to. Jack Sock's legacy continues with the #1 brand in pickleball. Selkirk Sport. We are pickleball.
But it's a really good shot, and you see it a lot more in pickleball now with some of the top players adopting it as well. NC State coming out swinging on the first point there. They get a quick side out, which is much needed after game one.
Second serve. 0-0-2.
Lauren Hutchinson, also on the NC State side, is a senior in business administration with a concentration in marketing. She's 21 years old. She started playing pickleball last summer with her family, and similar story, she hated it at first because all of her shots would go out when compared to tennis. She joined the pickleball club because it was on her bucket list to play a club sport, and here she is playing in the Collegiate exhibition.
0-1-1.
Ooh, nice out of the air attack with Lauren on the left. We didn't see her as much on that side, but that was a great reach in and a great attack there.
Fun fact about Lauren, she tried an intramural flag football, badminton, pool battleship, and kickball before trying pickleball.
Wow. So sounds like pickleball wasn't at the top of her list. Nice dig. That looked like a intramural club volleyball dig there. Maybe she tried that one as well.
2-0-1.
Scrappy point by NC State, and it looks like that side may be a little bit more advantageous with the condition. So we'll see how that persists as this match continues.
Did you have a favorite side when you were playing over here?
Whatever side I was winning on.
3-0-2.
No, as I said, it was kind of swirling. So as the wind changes, with the wind or against the wind, it'll change. But I typically like playing against the wind because I can swing a little freer.
Zero, 3-1.
That dink there by Vivian was really great, setting up that high put away there.
0, 3,
Sometimes that setup shot is forgotten about a little bit, but great execution.
point.
And those middle balls, it looks like, is what NC State's trying to focus on, forcing a little confusion between the UNC players of Caitlin and
It's
Sarah.
a really great return.
Great depth there for sure.
Here we go with the half stack.
3, 1, 1. Second serve.
Little miscommunication there from the NC State side.
And I think with that half stack, when you're playing both sides, sometimes you forget a little bit whose middle ball that is. I know when I'm half stacking it, adds a little bit more nuance to it.
Point.
Nice put away power there by NC State.
4, 1, 2. Point.
And I think what UNC has kind of gotten away from a little bit here is rolling those out of the air attacks at the kitchen line, keeping NC State back. As I said that, Caitlin is having a few nice ones here. And that is a great point, and they really did a good job of pressuring them deep, adding some spin on those volleys.
Second serve. 1, 5, 2. Point.
Big two-handed backhand there from UNC. Any tips on that, or do you think that was a perfect one?
That was pretty darn good. She saw the ball dipping, moved in really nicely behind it, and was able to attack it.
2, 5, 2.
Good setup, just couldn't finish that point off. I liked that cross-court dink, though. I think that was a good move.
Second serve.
Yeah, and I think the two things this match are going to come down to is that first ball, keeping the baseline team back, and how aggressively you are dinking at the kitchen line, because so far the team at the kitchen that's dinking aggressively has been winning or getting the setup to put it away, as we saw there.
2-5-1.
Had some good drops there, but that last one was a little high.
Yeah, great job of the kitchen team keeping that team at the baseline back.
Yeah, great shot. And out.
It's like NC State's got their favorite side now.
5-1. Point.
Great drive there. Once you're able to dip it a little bit below that net, it's so much harder to attack that back as you're coming in through the transition zone.
Point. Here we go. 7-2-1. Second serve.
Great ball again. A nice 2E backhand from the UNC side of Caitlin.
Ball back over to the UNC side, see if they can get some points here.
2-7-1. Second serve. 2-7-2. Point.
Nice serve.
On the UNC side, we've got Sarah Carpenter. She's 27. She's a 6th year PhD student. She's played 4 years of pickleball. Her previous sport was volleyball.
4-7-2. Point.
Sarah heating up a bit here with 2 nice serves and a really good reach into the kitchen on that last point. That's awesome.
Also, something about Sarah here, she is Duper's lead data scientist.
Wow. So she knows exactly the probabilities on every matchup out here. Makes her dangerous.
And out. 7-6-1. Second serve.
Caitlin Lewis also on UNC. She's 21. She is a senior and her major is computer science. She's played pickleball for 4 years.
Wow.
Great point.
Good hands battle and nice finish there by Sarah.
Caitlin's previous sport was soccer, something that we see a little bit of transition, especially with Anna Lee. Comes from a strong soccer background.
Good ball. I would have liked to see the ATP there, but a nice spot. I think Caitlin was thinking it might go around the post as well.
Connor, just because you think it's an ATP availability doesn't mean that everybody thinks that the ATP is there.
I mean, I think that's the motto in pickleball. It's always there.
You seem to get it like very, very close.
Nice return there by NC State.
7-7-1.
Got a tie game here, 7-7-1.
Good leave there. We haven't seen a lot of leaves, which is something we'll see if when they go to the bench on the next timeout or the end change, if they adapt.
NC State's got to be very defensive on this point. They got to try to push for a game 3 here.
7-7-1. Point.
Great return and letting that ball bounce put them in a little bit of trouble with Lauren catching that forehand a little bit late.
Point.
And again there, when you let the ball bounce, you have to really get low and make sure you keep that out in front. And that ball with the wind makes it so tricky to fend that off. So a great drop by Sarah.
Point.
And the attempt out of the air there, changing it up, I like it. I also would like to potentially see a timeout here by NC State.
10-7-1.
Oh, and another one.
There we go.